Hi there, this is Save with Crypto. Okay, so what we've got to talk about today? Well, as we all knew, the APRs were going to go down last night at 1800 hours UTC. We knew this was happening because temporarily the rewards were on the week 2 APR, so they've gone down quite a bit actually, but it's still amazing, isn't it? Really, 684%. And do bear in mind, if you click this little calculator symbol here, it kind of shows you the APR and then also shows you the APY. Now the APY, that's compounding once a day. APY isn't going to stay the same, it's kind of going to go down. But at the moment, with an APR of 684 and then an APY of 87,825%, it's pretty phenomenal, isn't it? They seem to have added this bit here, the fees rewards, right? Now it says fees rewards 0.25% of trading fees are distributed proportionally among LP token holders. Fees are added to the pool in real time and can be claimed by withdrawing your liquidity. I think this is something where people like me who are just going to hold LP tokens for a long time just need to kind of just forget about it and just think, that there will be some free money there in the future. And for the moment, we'll just concentrate on getting the rewards that we're getting all the time, every day. Now, we do have an answer to the how often should you harvest, because the wonderful RS Hildebrand, who was one of the viewers, I'm going to say he, I don't know if it's a he or a she, but I'm just going to say he for the moment. He came up with this wonderful calculator. So literally all you do, you put in the amount of dollars worth of stuff you've got in a farm, and this is if you're taking it out of a farm with one APY, of another farm with another APY, and then you tell it what the fees are. Now we need to work this out again properly, but say it's something like, 24 cents. That will come up with an answer saying that you need to harvest every time you reach $50, and that will take 6.5 hours. Now this is wonderful. This calculator is brilliant. The only problem is everyone's using it at the same time, so you'll kind of sit here and you'll see the figures change as somebody else uses it. Obviously, what you really need is your own personal calculator. So I've asked him to send me a Excel version of this that we can use, and it will look like this. It'll be super simple to use, and this is going to tell you when to harvest, for the maximum gains. What we do need to work out is the fees, and this is what I came up with a few days ago. Basically, to do 2 harvests, it was costing about 32 cents, and the MEX reinvestment about 16, and staking was about 27 cents. Now, I want to see if the EGLD is still the same, because obviously EGLD is worth quite a bit less than it was a few days ago. If we know that, then when we've got this calculator, we can work out when to harvest really well. So, thank you very much, RS Hildebrand. I've asked him to maybe provide his hero tag for Maiar, so we can give him a tip if you like. That'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? Some people have again expressed an interest in looking at my spreadsheet. So what I've done, I've cut out all the sensitive information and I've put it on a shareable Google document. So I'll put the link to this in the description. I mean, you'll just have to try and work out what I'm doing here. I can't offer any support to this. That would be too time consuming. But some people wanted to see what I was doing. But just while I'm here, for example, the LP tokens, this is where I was keeping track of the values of the EGLD and the MEX in the LP tokens. And, I only have 3 days of data at the moment, but it's pretty much as I expected, really. When one goes down, the other one goes up, which is exactly what you would expect for a liquidity pool. I've also got this page here. These red boxes over here, I mean, don't worry about those too much. It's just where I've been, noting how much I harvest in a day, but I might get rid of these and then, do them again. Now I know when to harvest, which would be quite cool, really. But some people ask what these columns were. So this is what you see when you kind of hover over here and here and I'm just making a note of that. And I'm also making a note of this dollar value here. So that's your EGLD value, that's your MEX value. I've got 2 farms, you might only have 1. I've got 2 because when I was doing the Denver strategy, I produced a farm that was using MEX and locked MEX. You probably have just a farm using EGLD and MEX producing locked MEX. If you kind of joined in a bit later after the Denver strategy didn't work anymore. Total MEX delta is just literally the change between that and the next day. There's a little formula there. It's not complicated. If you want to copy that to the next day, you can just do that kind of thing. What else? And then this is the second farm here. So there's not a lot to look at there. And I've just done a graph here of the total MEX versus date. And you can see that's going up nicely. Total MEX value, that's in US dollars versus date. And you can see here, actually, I mean, it went up a little bit, and then it's down today. Obviously, all crypto's down today. It's down massively today. But the interesting thing is, I mean, the actual dollar value is pretty much what it was last week. And, the amount of MEX has gone up massively. So you imagine when the price of MEX and EGLD goes back to normal, this is going to go like way up, isn't it? So this was when I wanted to work out the actual percentage output we actually see on a daily basis from the farms. But I think the conclusion we came to anyway was that if you actually get the APR that you're seeing here, and for those using the EGLD USDC farm here, the actual percentage there, if you do divide it by 365, you do get the rate that you're getting per day. So that's what we proved there. So probably that sheet here isn't particularly any use, but I'll leave it there anyway. So yeah, I mean, you can play with these, and if you find them useful, use them. Honestly, there's nothing clever in there. It's just me just making notes, really, but it's there if you want it. So you can just go make a copy. So I'm waiting for RS to send me this Excel spreadsheet. Then what I'll probably do, add that into a tab on here maybe. So we got a calculator here, and maybe I'll do some experiments today to check the fees are still pretty much what they were a few days ago. If you want access to this calculator here, even though people are sort of changing it all the time, as you can see, it's on my Twitter. So I did this tweet 10 hours ago saying how to get hold of it. But obviously people are using it all the same time. But it might be worth waiting till later today when you can get your own copy and do what you want with it. And the big news, ride's getting released. Now, if you look at the schedule for Thursday, it's pretty hectic, really. So, yeah, this is it's going to favour people who are in Europe, I think. If you're in the States, then it's going to be the middle of the night for you. So 8 o'clock UTC. This is for people who already have Ride. You'll be able to add liquidity with EGLD and Ride. So if you've got Ride, make sure you've got an equivalent amount in EGLD ready to play with that. That'd be good. So then 9:30 UTC, the MEX farm withdrawal penalty is disabled. So at that point, right, people like me can withdraw a bunch of LKMEX from a farm. So what I'll probably do is use this farm here, and I'll probably withdraw from there. And then it looks like I'll be able to stake LKMEX in the special LKMEX farm with Ride rewards. So that means I can get Ride with my LKMEX. That's going to be huge. Then at 13:30, harvest disabled on all farms. Okay, that's probably for a technical reason. I don't know why. Then swaps are enabled for EGLD Ride. So that's for people who have EGLD, they want to swap for Ride. I might do that. I'll see. I have got some EGLD on the side that I could use for that. So then 2 o'clock UTC, MEX rewards are enabled for EGLD Ride farm. Okay, so if you just set that up, you're good to go. So I think I'll do that. So at 1700 hours UTC, Ride rewards are enabled for the LKMEX farm. I don't quite see the difference between the one at 10 o'clock there and the one at 5 o'clock. If anyone knows any different, please let me know. Maybe that's just saying that, you know, this special LKMEX farm will have the possibility of Ride rewards, and then you actually start getting them at 5 o'clock. That might be what it is. And then at 1900 hours, harvest is enabled on all farms. MEX farm withdrawal penalty enabled. Because that will be the usual 1%. And then it says the metaverse DeFi begins on the Maiar DEX. Be there. Okay, so that's what the whole Holoride thing is all about. So it looks like it's going to be a busy day on Thursday, which is a bit unfortunate because I need to be packing because I'm going to go away for a little bit. But I guess I can squeeze it in, along with various tests I have to do up my nose for that. Okay, so that was quite a lot to talk about. None of anything I said is financial advice. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not trying to make you do anything. I'm not even trying to convince you anything. I'm just educating you as much as I can with the limited knowledge that I have. Bear in mind, I've only been doing this farming since the 19th of November, so the only knowledge I have is what I've learned by just doing it every single day, and that's what I'm passing on to you guys. And if you've enjoyed that, and you appreciate that, please do press like, and please do make sure you're subscribed to the channel. If you didn't like the video, press dislike twice, just so I know for sure. And do come and look down in the links in the description. You'll see all this stuff that I talk about, and when I get the calculator, I'll put a link to that in here as well. And you'll also find the link down here to the spreadsheets that I was talking about earlier. So there you go. The thing to do is, above all, tell your friends.